Hello everyone, how are you again? In the previous video we talked about how to fetch a data from the firestore, and we're using the stream builder, and we say the stream builder because the data will streaming or flowing from the cloud firestore to the Flutter application. We'll retrieve this data or fetch this data in the background and rebuild the widget. Now we want to send the data to the or to our firestore. Now here we have this application and we have our project in the firestore. Now I delete everything. There is nothing here because I want just to create the data here programmatically by using the data programming language. So the first of all, I want to create another Dart file. Right click and new. I want to create another Dart file to send a data. Just a new and Dart file. And I want to name the file, for example, insert or whatever. Now I create this file, and now just import material app firestore. Yes, this plugin cloud firestore, because also we're using the firestore to send the data in this time. Now I want to create an stateful widget because I want to create a form here, and the form have a validation. The form or this stateful widget, I should create a state because I will store the state for the form in the application. So I want to add the stateful widget. So here just the class, and the stateful widget you just click here, create one missing override. Now here you can see it is return state, and here I should return state, but now I don't have a state, so I should create a state, and the type state, this class, I say this class will store a state for this class. So here the type should be this class insert, and I want to create here just implement the override, and now here return, I want to return state. So now I have a state, anything extended from state, that means it's a state. So now I have this state here, copy and paste it here. Now I have a stateful widget. Now I want to build the UI or the widget here, the trees of widget. Now first of all we have scaffold. I want to add just something. In the body I want to create, for example, list view, but now not builder, because I know how much or I know how many widget I have. I want not like a previous example here, for example main here. I using the list view builder because I don't know how many widget I have, how many data. This data will streaming from firestore. So the length of data I don't know, maybe 100, maybe 1000. So I should make a builder. But now here I know, just I want to create a form inside the list view. So here list view, and list view have a children. In the children I want to create a form, so just class form. The form we have a key, because the form we want to using for validation or like this, we want to using the form outside the class here. So I want to create like a controller to control the form. How we can use that or make this? Just from here. Now I want to add a key, for example here final. We can name it anything, for example form key equal global key, and the type of it just form state, and I add it. Whenever I need to use the form or to validate the text form inside the form, I using this form key like a controller. So here the key I have form key. So you want to add a text field to the first one, text field for to add the name, the second one to add the image, and third one to add the detail. So the form just have a child, so I want a children inside because we want to multiple text form input text. So now just we add a column, for example child, and column have a children, multiple child. Inside it I want to create a padding because I want to add like a spaces around the text form, and the padding we have padding edge from all, for example 25. I just add a space around the text field. And now the child we have text field, and you can see in the text field also we have a controller like a key. We have controller, that means when the user want to using the text form, now the text form the user will write something. So now I want to see what the user write inside it. I should using the variable, the global variable. So I want to create a controller to control the text field. Controller, and the first one for name, because we have will create an multiple form, or we will create a more than one text field. So the first one for name equal text controller, and I want to create also for image, because we want to create a 3 text field. So we want to create a 3 controller. For every text field, you should have a controller to control the text field. Now we have name and img and detail. So here in the first one, we have the name, and now I will just want to run application to see what's happened here. Now I just create like this. Now if you want to run the application, you know, in the Dart or in the Flutter, we have an entry point to launching the application, or to the application start working from the entry point in the main, right? In the main function, and run application. So here in the main, I want to the first thing import the insert, because I want to launching from insert. So here import the insert.dart, and here instead of course app, I want to run just for testing now. I want to run the insert. I name the class what here? Insert. The class insert. So just insert in the capital. Insert. Like this. Now I want to make. Now I want to make a run. Now you can see I have just one text field, and add the padding space around the text field here in the right and left and bottom and top. So here the first one here. Also I can add a decoration. Here I have the text field. You can see I have the one text field. In the text field I can add a decoration. So now here decoration, I have input decoration, and I want to add the label name like this, label text for example, and this text may be anything. Just run the application again. They want to see what's happened here. You can see here, write the name in the text field, write the name. Also I want to add a validation, because I'm using the form. I can add the validation here. So here if you want to add the validator, you should using the text form field, text for form, text form field, and here you can add the validator. The validator, that means the user write the value here, anything here inside the text, any value here, and I want to check the value. For example, if value dot is empty, for example, that means if the user not write anything here in the text field, I want to do something. For example, return something like else. Just run return null. That means no problem. So here the validator and the value that the user write it inside the text form. Anything user write inside the text form, that is a value. Now the value, if it is empty, I want to type something. You can check anything in the value. You can make a validation, any type of validation on the value. Now I want a 3, not just one text field, because I want one for name, one for img. Now the image I just want to write a text, and then the last one for the detail, right? So I want to add a 3. Just copy paste. You have a padding, and from the padding until everything here, I want just to copy paste to create a 3. Copy this, comma, and the second one, and the third one. Now here I just want to change. Here I create 3 controllers. So the second one will be img, and the third one will be detail. So the first one this name, the second one img, and here in the decoration, for example, I can add here, write the img, for example, and for the last one, sorry, the last one. Now here I have another one, detail, and here write detail. Now we have a 3. You can check here. The first one here for name, and the second one just copy paste and change that just something. Now also I want to copy again or add another one here. Just I want to add another padding to add the button. So here padding edge from all, for example 30 or 20. And now I want to add a reset button. So here the child reset button or any type of button, no problem. Reset button have a child, for example just text, and the text I want to add course like this. And also I can change the color, for example to the colors, and I want to change the color for the text and then text style, and I want just to change the color dot white. The color white will be for the, and then on tab I mean to add on press, sorry. Now when the user press, I want to send the data. So now I want just to run before that. Now you can see we have three: write the name, write the detail, and write the image. Now we want, if you write here anything and then just add course, when the user press add course here on pressed, I want to implement a method to send the data to the firestore, right? So here I want just to add a method, for example send data. Now this method not implement. Now I want to implement this method. I want to create this method. Just now when user click on press, this method will calling. Now I want to add this method or to implement this method. Just go anywhere. I can add this method here, for example, and name it send data like this. Now here I want to make an async. That mean we're using the asynchronous programming, or asynchronous data. That means the data, this data send data will take a time. I want to waiting for this data or for this function. This function not implement when just the same time in the real time when it is calling. When user click on the button to send the data, this method take a time, maybe take some time, a very little time to implement, because this connect with the internet. I want to send the data to the internet. Maybe internet is slowly, or maybe I have problem with the internet, or even without any problem, the data will connect when send the data to the internet. This take a little time, even if it is fractions of seconds, but this take a time. So here you should using the asynchronous programming, and then here await. Now here I want using I add the plugin for the firestore, right? Here and the plugin for firestore. So now I just using the firestore dot instance. I want to make an instance, and then collection. Now I don't have anything here, right? If you go here, I don't have anything, any collection. So here I want to create the collection. Just if the collection not exist, now we'll create this collection. I want to add the course, for example, or anything. You can add anything, and then dot add. I want to create course and then add the data inside the course. So here the JSON data like this. You could add it like this. And now I have what? I have name and image and detail, right? And I have a text field for the name and image and detail here. This controller here. So the name, I have add the name, and the name will be what? Will be name dot text. Name, that means this controller, and this where this in the text field. This when the user writes something here, dot text, that means what the user write here, what the user write it here in this text here. I write, for example, A, that means the name is A, the name dot text is A, and so on. So here the first one, name dot text, and also I want to add an image. Now image that just a text. So here just add img, and then img dot text, the second one, the second form, and then I have detail, and also detail dot text. Now just like this. But now I want to make a validation. Here I add the validation of the data empty and something like this. So the validation is inside the form, right? So I should using the form by form key, right? Like this here, the form key. So here I want to add, I say if the form key dot current state dot validate. If it is validate, I mean if this validation is implement here, I mean the data is not empty, the value is not empty, the text is not empty. Now I want to send the data. So here, send the data. I said if it is not empty, send the data. But else, if it is empty, I want to add like this here. Else, if the data is empty, if one of the text form is empty, I want using something like this scaffold dot here show snack bar. Show snack bar. The snack bar have a content, or sorry, snack bar class. Now that means if the form current state dot validate, if validation, if all the text form has a data not empty, I just want to wait for firestore dot instance. I want to add the data just using a wait because this take a time to the course collection course, grade collection course, and add the data here, the name from the text and the image from the text and detail from the text. If it is validate, if it is not validate, if the one of those form is empty, for example, now I want to add like a notification to the user in the scaffold dot, and this notification say you cannot make the field empty, for example. Now just run the application. Now you can see here if I let it empty and just add content and a course, you can see it is empty, it is empty, it is empty. But now if I write a data here inside it, for example, the name, the first thing, the course, we have insert course, the name, for example, and here, of course, if you just make a refresh, you cannot see anything because it's not send a data because it's empty and not send the data. Now, if I try just now refresh, see nothing. Now here I want to add the data. For example, the course is network, and the image, for example, just type image. In the next lecture, I will talk about how to upload image for network, and also here the detail. Oh, sorry, here detail. So here I want to add the detail, and here I want to add image, for example, image for network. After that, I want to add just add course. Now you can see no problem. And if we make a refresh here in the firestore in the cloud, now you can see it is already automatically create the course collection. And inside the course collection, add the document, and here add the data here. Now you can see just in the real time, just we want, if you will just add the result here, and you can check the document here. Now, for example, I want to add a Flutter, and also here Flutter. Now when I just click here, check the document, just add, you can see in the same time add this for Flutter. So now we create the data. Now here, if you return to the application, I using the insert here, but I cannot see the data that return from in the main here. I create a course here and fetching the data. So I want here to fetch the data, the course app. I want to add the course app. So now I want to see the application again. We'll fetch the data, we'll fetching the stream from the firestore. Now here, because when I add the data, I make it here course, right? Just pay attention here. I add the course collection. So here when I fetch the data from course, I should add the same name because I want to fetch the data from course. This is from previous lecture. And then just run again. Now you can see network and the Flutter, but we don't have an image. So I have just two documents here. Now if I want to see also the insert, how can I see the insert also? I want also to see the insert. So here the insert I can again make the insert from the application, and inside the insert I want just to add an button, for example, here in the insert, in the last button, I want to add the button here. Now I want just to go to the insert. Now we have here insert. I want to add the button beside this add course to go to feed the data or to see the data here or to read the data. So I want to add button here. So you should add the row. Now I have this button, right? I want to cut this button, cut, and add the row because the two children, one beside the other, that means the row, not a column. Now here the first button, and I want to add the second button beside it. Now I want to show course, show courses. I want to see the course here, to fetch the course. So go to the main. So on a press in this show course, I want to just go to the make a navigation, and now here we have context, and then here inside it I have an builder, and then or inside main.dart I have this class course application to fetch the data from the firestore. So just go to the course application, course app, yes. Here I should just import the main, import the main.dart, and from main.dart I have course app like this. Navigator just to navigate me or to go to another screen in the next screen. So here just run again. Now I am here and just go to the show course. In the add course I want to add course and go to the show course, and now go here to the show to list my course. For example, I can add the course here and OS image, and then just add course. Now this course will be added here. So you have 3 now, and go to the show course, automatically fetch this course here from stream, like a stream to the data. In the next lecture we talk about how to add an image, not just like this, add the text. Now I want to add an image and show the image here. Thank you very much.